Hi guys and welcome back. Today I want to show you some basic generator maintenance, especially if it's been in storage for quite a number of years. This generator here has been sitting for approximately 4 years with the same fuel in it. Fortunately the valve was in the off position and I had run it dry before I put it away. So basically at this point, to prevent problems, what I'm going to do is drain out all the fuel from the tank. The way I'm going to do that is by disconnecting the fuel line right off the carb. I'm just going to pry up the fuel line. And I'm just going to drain the fuel tank in an old oil container. A lot of people ask me, where should I dump this old fuel or oil that I have sometimes? Well, I tell them you can bring it to your local landfill site on certain days. And sometimes some local automotive shops will take it for you. Now the oil in the motor will not actually go bad, but if you haven't replaced it for quite a while before you put it away, it's a good idea to replace it now. On this one here, the plug is right down here. It's actually pretty black. Now that the oil's done draining, I'll just reinstall the plug. Now in most generators I put in SAE 5W30 motor oil. Now in this generator there's no dipstick, so you just fill it up right to the top. And now the fuel's done draining, so I can reconnect the fuel line. And don't forget the fuel clamp. And now it's a good time to replace the spark plug as well. This one was located right here. Now some spark plugs are really hard to reach, that's why I'm using a universal joint here. This way you can bend it and reach in. And on this one here I have a Champion XC 92YC. And if you use an NGK, make sure you replace it with the proper one. Today I'm using a BKR 5E. And now when you tighten up the spark plug, don't over tighten it, just use common sense. And now connect the spark plug boot back on. And another thing you should check on your generator is the air filter. And on this one it's nice and clean. I'm just going to put it back on. Now before I add fuel to the generator, I like to add in some fuel stabilizer. Just make sure to read the instructions. And I'm putting a second dose. Now I'm not going to fill it right up, but I like to have enough in there in case I need to use it. And I always use the premium fuel with no ethanol in it. Here in Canada you can get premium fuel with no ethanol at Shell or Canadian Tire gas stations. Now that's about all the maintenance I can think about doing to this generator. Now I'm going to make sure the fuel valve is in the on position. I'm going to take the generator outside. I'm going to try it out. Hopefully it's going to start. I did run it dry previously, so the carburetor should be nice and clean. If it doesn't start, I will have to take apart the carburetor. So what you saw me do there is turn the fuel valve off so that I would run the carburetor dry of fuel. If you run it dry like that, when you go to reuse your generator, it's going to start because there will be no fuel left in there to go bad. And by the way guys, that was the actual first start to get this thing going after being in storage for quite a few years. It just goes to show the benefits of running your equipment dry before you put it away. Also another thing too is when you try out your generator like I just did, it's good to plug something in like a tool or something to make sure that it's actually producing electricity. And I also like to leave a tag on my generator with the date that I serviced it. It's that easy to do basic maintenance to your generator like I just showed you, because if the power goes out, you want this thing to start for you. The biggest complaint that I hear from people is that the power went off, I went to start my generator and I couldn't get it going, and we were 2-3 hours or maybe 2-3 days without power. I always tell people, do some basic maintenance like I showed in the video, and you should avoid these problems in the future. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to subscribe, and you can also follow me on Facebook, Google+, Twitter, and Instagram. Have a great day.